Captain's log number 009936124683198673421113. So in real life, we're back at home because I got quite behind. I tried like 3 times to take this little journey, this little part of the road trip here in Jalopy. Once at St. Simon's and another time in Cherokee, which was North Carolina, which was the second road trip I went on. Well, not second vacation. It was, yeah, we went from St. Simon's to Cherokee. Yeah, that's what happened. And now we're back here. But we're going to be talking about my final day in St. Simon's Island, which is very sad indeed. But, yeah, so, while we're doing that, we're going to be driving to Dubrovnik, which is exactly 350 kilometers from this here sign. Anyways, yeah, so, let's get talking. So, oh yeah, this is my favorite, or maybe my second, but I think this is my actual favorite. See what Uncle thinks about this. I just rolled his window up on it. Wow. That was kind of mean. I don't know if that's why he said that. Kind of cool. But they told me to go dumpster diving in this game. But yeah, this is my favorite part of the game right here. It's this little part of the road trip. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the camera. Probably because I don't have a 3.0 slot in my laptop, and that's where all my things are. So yeah, I guess that's it. Anyways, just wasted 70 kilometers. Oh well. Wow, that was the quickest gas station yet. Didn't even get to half the tank. But anyways, while I'm messing around at the gas station, let's take a look at my morning trolley. I went on 2 trolley rides today, and one in the morning, one at night. And in between those, went to Jekyll Island. And I think we only went to Amsterdam. I didn't think I recorded too much of Jekyll Island, but anyways, we're going to start off with the trolleys. So let's take a look at those clips, because it was quite interesting, really.
You can still get Sea Island cotton, but they don't grow it here anymore. But our biggest market for that cotton was England. After the Civil War, they got their cotton from Egypt. They didn't need our cotton anymore. So cotton that was going for 35 cents saved it. So 50 cents a bill went down to 5 cents. That's why there's no plantations left here. But so far, every place we've been would have been Retreat Plantation, which is one of the largest cotton plantations on the island. That plantation I'll talk to you about at the end of the tour. The first place we're going to go is Hamilton Plantation. It was a very small cotton plantation. It was owned by 2 men from Scotland. When we get there, there are 2 slave cabins that are still standing that were built in 1805. They are tabby slave cabins. Does anybody know what tabby is? Tabby is a form of concrete using water, sand, lime, and oyster shells. Oysters were the main diet of the Indians here. Over here is the slave cabins. We'll get as close to them as we can. Yeah, really. Here they are right here. They're beautiful. I told you they were built out of tabby, but they would cover them with concrete. So what they did here is they cut a little square out so you can see the tabby. Now you see how small these are. 2 families lived in each one. There was a divider in the middle, and one family lived on one side, one family lived on the other. This was a duplex before anybody knew what a duplex was. See those windows on the top? That's the balcony. If you go inside, it's very small because people back then were small. The average height of a Confederate soldier was between 5'2" and 5'4". Could you imagine the Spanish, who were very short? Could you imagine when they came here, and the Indians here were almost 7 feet tall? Wow, magical dig. Every summer, a different school comes and does a dig here. This school was actually supposed to be called Fort Frederick, after a friend of his, Frederick the Prince of Wales. But there was a Fort Frederick in South Carolina, so they couldn't call it Fort Frederick. So they called it Fort Frederica. Now Frederick, his story is interesting. He was next in line to be the King of England. But because of his vices, he died young. He drank too much, he was a womanizer. I talked to one of the rangers who used to work here. He said he went to England and saw his grave. On his gravestone it said, "I lived, and now I'm dead." What a man.
Alright, I just wanted to show you this awesome, like, beach with rocks and everything, which actually reminds me of Jekyll Island, funnily enough, which is what I'm going to show you next. But they have, like, parking here and stairs, so we can, like, take a quick look. I'm not going to, it doesn't take too long. But, yeah, it's just really nice. If you guys play Jalopy, you should take a look down there. Might even have crates, but I don't know. Anyways, okay, what's happening here? There we go. Alright, so, yeah. Anyway, now let's take a look at Jekyll Island, which looks very much like that over there. The beach, although now we can't see it. But yeah, anyways, take a look at the Jekyll Island clip. Alright, hope you enjoyed Jekyll Island. This was a pretty short trip. And, we're already... Oh, wow. I forgot this is what Dubrovnik looks like. Unfortunately, didn't even find a single crate on that whole trip. It was a 380-kilometer trip. I should have said it was 420, because that was really short. But oh well. Anyways, the next thing up is what's it called? Right, the nighttime tour, which isn't the same tour. It's totally different. They call it the ghost tour. It's really cool. And basically it tells you haunted stories about St. Simon's Island. It's really cool. And obviously these clips aren't going to summarize the whole tour. But it's really cool, entertaining, and it doesn't feel like it's an hour and a half or whatever it was. It doesn't feel that long at all.
Good evening.
Have fun.
And welcome to Lighthouse Trolleys and Tours. This is Mr. Hughes.
Good evening, everybody.
He'll be your hearse driver tonight. My name is Mr. Paisley, and for the longest time I've been the only undertaker on this island. Over the years I've buried many people. They're not all remain in the ground. Some of them are walking the streets. Some of them are on the beach when we have a beach. So tonight we're going to go in search of some of those lost souls that have refused to leave this island. Years ago, the Travel Channel did a bunch of programs called the 10 Most. 10 Most this, 10 Most that. One of those programs was the 10 Most Haunted Lighthouses in the country. And we were number 3. Number 1 was St. Augustine. Now, Coastal Living has put out their list of the 15 most haunted lighthouses. On that list, we're number 4. St. Augustine is number 7. Everybody loved Raymond Jr. He was tall and handsome. Mary took one look at him and fell madly in love, and he fell in love with her. Now, nobody knows the exact date, but they know the exact year. It was 1824. That was the year we had the worst hurricane we've ever had on this island. And on that day, young Demery went to his father to ask permission to marry this girl. The father would not give permission. So Demery got so mad, he slammed out of the house, went down the path to the river, went to the dock, and got his rowboat. He was on the road to the mainland. While Mary ran after him, there was a storm coming. As she ran, it started pouring down rain. As she walked along the beach, the seas turned frothy white with these huge waves crashing against the shore. Roofs were ripped off of houses, trees flattened. Nothing in the path of that hurricane survived. But she made it to that dock okay. And there was his boat, up against the rocks, smashed to pieces. Now in her grief, she threw herself in that raging sea and drowned. She committed suicide. Yeah. And she must have thought if she couldn't be with him in life, she would join him in death.
Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed those few clips. I'm going to roll up our windows here. And yeah, I'm also going to show you something. Painted the car black. I also bought a brand new carburetor for the car, which is really cool. And yeah, that was everything. Also, this tire was flat. No, it was this tire. This tire was flat. And so I replaced it. It was flat for a while though. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be the end of this episode here. I hope you did indeed enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of my Jalopy Vacation series. Goodbye!